Hey everybody, just wanted to take a few minutes. I'm enjoying a break up on my balcony, enjoying the beautiful weather and the lovely spring and the fabulous trees and everything that's blooming. But this week in one of our coaching groups, we had a very interesting discussion. I just thought maybe some of the highlights of it would be really helpful to everybody. So here goes. It's about boundaries. We were having a talk about when someone asks you for help and you can't do it, or you don't feel like it's in your priorities, it doesn't fit within your values, it's not something you want to commit to, and you feel the need to say no, but you struggle with saying no. You don't want to say no. You understand the situation and you like to rescue people, you like to help people, you want to serve, you want to be all those good things, but you really know you should say no. So, how do you do that? Well, you gracefully simply say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And you don't need to defend yourself, and you don't need to give an excuse, and you don't need to give a reason. You don't need to argue with them. You simply say, I'm sorry, that's not something I can commit to right now. However, sometimes it's on the other foot, right? You've asked somebody else for help, and they've agreed, whether it's within their values or they felt pressured or they didn't know how to say no, but whatever reason, or they feel like they really want to help you, and so they've said yes, and they're going to help you, they're going to do whatever it is that you've asked them to do, and yet you don't keep your end of the bargain. You show up late, or you don't supply what they need, or you don't give them the proper instructions and in time, or it's supposed to be a shared activity and you don't do your part. That's not okay. If you want to be able to, in integrity, say no when it's not within your values, then you need to respect the other half and make sure that you are playing your best game when other people are helping you. So you don't need to defend yourself when you say no, but on the other hand, you need to step it up and really do what you're supposed to do to ensure that you is going to be able to do what they need to do without any undue stress or problems. So for instance, you've asked somebody to pick you up to go to a meeting. Great, no problem. And they show up and you're not ready, and they sit there and wait 5-10 minutes waiting for you. And that means you both arrive late at the meeting. That's not okay, because now you have not only asked them for a favor, which they have graciously agreed to do, but you've inconvenienced them, and now you do owe an apology. Now you need to be in integrity with yourself and apologize and change whatever you need to change so it won't happen again. It's one thing to not defend yourself and not say no and not give a reason when you're refusing to help somebody else because you are out of integrity with that action that they're asking you to take. But when you are out of integrity with someone else helping you because you asked, now you have a problem. Now there needs to be an apology, and there needs to be an about turn, and you need to figure out how to fix the problem. So that next time you ask somebody for a ride to a meeting and they pick you up, you should be there ready to go 5 minutes before they're supposed to show up at your door, so that when they show up, you walk out the door and away you go, and everybody is in integrity and arrives at the meeting on time, unstressed. So be careful. Don't take one side of the equation and assume it works for the other. When you're refusing to do something for a good reason, you don't need to explain that reason. You can simply say, I'm sorry, that's not something I'm going to be able to help you with. You might give them some suggestions of who else or help them find a solution, but it doesn't necessarily involve you. However, when you're the one who's asking for the favor, when you're on the receiving end of it, then you must stay in integrity with what you've asked for, and you must ensure that you make it as easy and simple for the other person as possible to be able to fulfill that with you and to stay in integrity with themselves as well. So just really be careful on that. Yeah, you don't need to defend yourself when you say no, but when you've asked somebody else for help, then you do need to stay in integrity and ensure that it goes smoothly for them, and that you are making it as easy as possible for them to meet their part of the bargain. And if something comes up so that you've asked somebody for a ride to a meeting, and then at the last minute you're going to be a few minutes late, out of integrity, you need to contact that person first and say, I'm sorry this has happened. I'm going to be 5 or 10 minutes late. Is that okay? Is that going to cause you to be late? Is that going to be an inconvenience to you? Shall I look for someone else to give me a ride? Do I find another? You need to work it out with them in a way that is appropriate. But inconveniencing them and not telling them in advance is not okay. That's completely out of integrity with your values and with your staying in complete truth with yourself. So please keep those both. When you're giving the favor and you really don't feel like you can, learn to say no gracefully. When you're receiving the favor, step it up. Be there, be ready, do your part, go the extra mile, and make sure that you're making it easy for the person that you've asked to help you. Now that came out of our coaching meeting. I thought it would be helpful for everybody. Talk soon.